Well, welcome back to O'Connor Park in Tullamore, and thanks to John Lynch and Marissa for fantastic coverage on the second final there today. And what a win for Kerry, 5-16 to 3-15. But now it's the turn of Derry and the Galway Tribesmen here on Pundit Arena in the Bank of Ireland Celtic Challenge. And the teams now will be just popping up on your screens. But there's Derry, there's a few familiar names in there, and in particular Shea Cassidy, a young man who does very well. And keep an eye out for Costa Pakrisopoulos, the man from Owen Rua, who was outstanding last week up in Ashbourne in County Meath. And Owen McCallion and Derek McGilligan in the middle of the park, and their fullback Jack Conway is a name of note on that team as well. So Galway Tribesmen coming here today. Few men from Anadown, Ballygar, Rahoon, Silan, and a team that would like to get a good result in the Pundit Arena Celtic Challenge, Bank of Ireland Celtic Challenge this year. Not a long spin from Galway to Tullamore, but there's some of the traditional hurling clubs in there as well, and some of the not so traditional hurling clubs. But Galway Tribesmen are here in this Corn William Robinson match number 3 here in the Celtic Challenge on Pundit Arena, and we wish the Galway lads all the very best. There's the backroom teams: Kevin Kelly from Ballinascreen, Ryan O'Neill, Martin Burt of Schlockneil, Peter McCormack, Catherine Kelly and Terence Gray, all the Derry backroom team. Padraig Mannion, the manager of Galway Tribesmen, Padraig Keating, coach selector, as is Frank Enright and Dara Kerrigan. It should be a cracker, Marissa. We're in for you're playing a blinder yourself. You're on the match number 3. I'd nearly give you player of the game so far. But, what a great day we've had so far. Leitrim, Kerry, not two hurling strongholds, but two teams that are done really well at senior level, but now they're underage structures going from strength to strength.
Yeah, absolutely. It's fantastic to see. We've had 2 great games here so far. It's just a pleasure here to be in Tullamore to see such fantastic skill on show. I'm really looking forward to this game now. This is a replay of last year's final between Derry and Galway Tribesmen, so there's no love lost between these sides. Derry prevailed last year, so we'll just see if they can do it again this year.
Certainly so. Well, we are waiting for the teams to get onto the middle of the park. 3:40 is the official start, but we will lose a minute or two here and there due to the presentations, and Kerry well entitled to have their little chat among their family and friends as they leave the field after winning the second final here on a scoreline of 5-16 to 3-15. Leitrim have won the first final here this afternoon, and of course, if you just joined us, it is the Bank of Ireland Celtic Challenge, and it is aside from packed schedule matches, the Celtic Challenge also features a number of new initiatives on trial for the very first time in Gaelic games, including the Best and Fairest Award, which you'll see awarded at the end of each game. Now, just to let you know, the Best and the Fairest Award is an alternative approach to the traditional Man of the Match awards, and the concept is age appropriate and is underpinned by the GA values of the respective teamwork. Now Derry in red and white making their way in behind the band. So Galway not wearing a traditional Galway colour, but that's because the Galway Tribesmen wearing a navy jersey, but all these beautifully crafted jerseys for the Celtic Challenge. And they really turn out well because the shirts are lovely, and I know the kids get to keep them, I do believe. Marissa, maybe you got one yourself at the launch in Croke Park as well, but it's very good. Great to have Henry Sheffield and the likes here today. Martin Fogarty presenting the trophy there a moment ago as well.
Yeah, it just shows the standard of this competition and how highly regarded it is within the GAA. You know, to have a backing from Bank of Ireland and to have our Bank of Ireland ambassadors, the likes of Henry Sheffield and the others who were at the launch, Liam Sheedy, Seamus Cannon, Podge Collins. So it just shows that this competition it's one of the best around in the GAA. Great initiative by O'Neill's to create these unique special jerseys which are one of a kind, and unfortunately for this Galway Tribesmen team, they can't wear their maroon because there's actually 2 other Galway teams in the competition. Yeah. We have the Galway Maroons and we have Galway McDonagh, so you know it's a fantastic initiative by all.
Well, the teams are being led towards the Kilbeggan Road end of Boardnamona O'Connor Park. A beautiful setting. The pitch is in pristine condition and conducive for great hurling, of which we've had in the opening 2 games here. So they'll turn left and head towards the stand, and there'll be floating crowds all day because we started here earlier on this morning and the final game coming later on this evening. So 6 finals, and the Bank of Ireland Celtic Challenge, of course, was established in 2016, and what a competition it has been. It's the only competition in hurling that is teams from all 32 counties participating. Some counties, as Marissa was saying, with 2 teams, and the ethos of the competition is development. Won and through the competition, each team is guaranteed to play 5 games. Now for 2019, a total of 44 teams with over 1,300 players, so that's 1,300 players have played in 138 games. That includes the 6 games today in that 138, so we've had 132 prior to this big day here at Boardnamona O'Connor Park in Tullamore. So 6 finals today, and that's all part of the Bank of Ireland Celtic Challenge. The numbers speak for themselves, Marissa. 1,300 players and 44 teams. What more can I say?
Yeah, absolutely. 44 teams, 1,300 players. You know, it just shows the scale of this competition. As you said, it's the only one that incorporates all counties. So it's brilliant for the counties who, as we said last week, don't get as much exposure to play on days like this. And look at the fanfare that we have with the band, the anthems. You know, it's a real occasion. It's a final. It's an All-Ireland final.
This is what we have tomorrow in the Gaelic grounds in Limerick, for Limerick and Tipperary, for Kilkenny and Wexford. This is what we have in Croke Park in September. And I know you'll be keeping a close eye on Tipperary tomorrow as well in Limerick. But this is what it's all about. It's a proud moment for those young guys out there. And to say that they're being watched by many people as we stream these Celtic Challenge Bank of Ireland finals live on Pundit Arena as well.
Yeah, it's well deserving of the streaming. It's well deserving of the attention. These players have given fantastic performances throughout the group games. Derry have dominated in Group H, and Galway Tribesmen have racked up some huge scores: 420 against Mayo, 327 against Donegal, 215 against Laois, and 211 against Clare Saffrons, and 324 against Sligo. You know, they're racking up some huge scores, as are Derry. We've seen some huge and fantastic skill and throughout the earlier games, and which will be worthy of being in Gaelic grounds or Croke Park tomorrow.
Your good friend is wearing number 13 for Derry again this week. We've seen him here last year in the final. He's a name I said at the intro to keep an eye out when the Derry team popped up on the screen. How was your Greek this week?
I've been practicing this, but now that you put me on the spot, I'm not going to try it because I'm going to mess it up.
Well, brilliant to see Costa on the highlight package from the semi-finals, and don't forget you can watch all of that. Go back into our Pundit Arena on social media, and there's lots there from all of the tournament since its inauguration back in 2016. But we're just about ready to go here in final number 3. It's the Corn William Robinson Cup, and our match referee is Eamon Stapleton. So the referee is just moving into the middle. So he is getting ready to go. So Derry will play from right to left in their all white shirt with red number, red shorts and red and white stockings. And Galway Tribesmen, well, they're wearing a navy shirt, white shorts and dark stockings as well. So here we go, final number 3. Derry probably the slight favourites here, Marissa.
Yeah, absolutely. You and I watched them last week against Westmeath. Some brilliant players, and they're definitely going to be on form today.
Well, there's a dangerous high dropping ball in, but the Galway Tribesman goalkeeper Jamie Doyle was good there. He was solid, and we had the first broken hurling stick there for a clash of the ash, which is the nature of the sport. You don't always see it happening now, such as the quality of the great sticks and the craftsmen that make them right throughout the country. But we've had a broken stick there from the strike that came in from the Derry man, but the goalkeeper did quite well, and he's the first line ball of the afternoon, dead straight right down in front of our press box position here in the glorious sunshine in County Offaly. Tullamore is the venue. If you've just joined us, it's the Celtic Challenge Bank of Ireland Celtic Challenge finals live on Pundit Arena, and on a pitch that's in great condition. Galway Tribesmen win that ball. Rory MacDonald, he plays for Salthill and Knocknacarra, same club as the Michael Donlan all those years ago, who was a great footballer with Galway, winning an All-Ireland back in 2001. Here come Derry though, that's their number 10, Michael Murray from Ballinascreen, sends it down, but it goes into no man's land, and Aaron Barrett from Mike Cullen and Galway tidies that up, and it's out for a line ball on the far side. A little bit of a nervous start from both sides, Marissa.
It's a nervous start from both sides. Derry enjoying the early possession. Interesting to see Shay Cassidy winning the first ball of the game. He's going to be one that Galway Tribesmen are going to have to keep under tight wraps, because we know how dangerous he can be in front of goal. Also a player who stood up really well in their semi-final win against Westmeath, Michael Murray, there involved early.
And here come the Tribesmen. Can they settle the account? Here's the strike from their number 8, Ryan Duffy from Ballygar, sends it in. Oh, that's a quality score, and the first white flag of the Corn William Robinson Cup goes to Galway. He really finished that well. Beautiful run down the stand side, picked his spot off his left hand side and sent it right in, creeping it inside the crossbar. And I'm sure the umpire did put the white flag up there, so Galway Tribesmen should be 1 point up. Yeah,
he did. Yeah, Galway 1 point up. It just shows they haven't enjoyed much possession in the opening minute, but when they did, straight over the bar, really dangerous.
So Galway Tribesmen lead by 1 point to no score here in the Bank of Ireland Celtic Challenge, game number 3. And they are looked after by their manager Padraig Mannion, a famous name in Galway, as the Derry men send it back downfield. So Galway leading by 1. Good old battle with the right corner back, Tom Collins, and number 15 Shay Cassidy from the Schlockneil club, a club that really had some great success over the last number of years with their football team, their camogie team, and of course their hurling team, getting to the last place in the All-Ireland finals. And what a few years Schlockneil have had from a little small pick in that part of County Derry. And it just goes to show you that it can be done in small areas, like all the talk last week about Leitrim doing so well in Croke Park. Leitrim come here today, win a Celtic Challenge final, all good for the future. Derry can do the same. It seems like a long time ago, but they did play in an All-Ireland senior semi-final all those years ago against a team called Offaly, where we are today. There's a beautifully executed sideline cut gone across the edge of the square, and it just didn't work out, but beautifully cut by Jack Cassidy of Schlockneil, and that could have been dangerous, but the Tribesmen cleared the ball. Marissa? Yeah,
their defence is holding strong there at the moment. Derry just not pushing forward as much as we saw last week. Another wide there, which we know hindered them last week, even though they racked up a big score against Westmeath. So that is something they want to bring their scoring boots today.
Well, here they come back from a ball that came straight out to the middle of the park, and the umpire has a good look at that, and that's a great long range shot by Owen McCallion, the number 8 for Derry. He just picked it up. He was loose in the middle of the park. We might see that again, but he's put it in, and it's 1 point apiece here in Bordnamona O'Connor Park. And what a score from the midfielder. But we've seen some of that in Ashbourne last week as well in the semi-finals. Derry particularly brilliant at long range scores.
Yeah, it just shows the threats they have all over the field, including their number 6 Niall McGonigal, who just won that free. It just shows that, you know, they have players all over that can be match winners, and it's something that Galway Tribesmen are going to have to be aware of.
Now, Leo Passmore scored 2 points in the semi-finals last week as well, both from long-range frees. Now, he's inside his own 45 here in O'Connor Park in Tullamore, and if he puts this over, I have to say it possibly could be described as score of the competition, even though we've got 3 more games to come. But Passmore has some drive on the ball, and that is going to drop in around the house, and his own man just knocks it out over the line. But he has got some carry on the ball from his strike, Leo Passmore. And if you go back through the stats in the annual, in the booklet today, and look, he's got a fair share of scores in the competition up to the final.
Yeah, he's been hugely impressive, not just with his scoring, but with his stop shotting. I'll say try that again. Stop.
Well, his frequent scoring, I think, is what you're trying to say there. Well, here's the clearance coming from Jamie Doyle. Jamie, the Ballygarman in goal for the Tribesmen. We've a 2-line ball so far. We've 3 actually. Now we're going to have the 4th, and the Galway Tribesmen will have this one. Ryan Duffy from the Ballinagar club picks the slitter. He is just inside the 45 in the Derry half of the park, and he has a look at the goal on the Kilbeggan end, and he decides then he's not going to take it, and he calls up Jason McDonough, a young man from Moycullen in the county of Galway. Now he's setting up very well. Joe Canning is a great example of all these young lads down in Galway. He sends it in, but it's tidied up in the full back line by Derry, and now the play to the middle of the park. A little overcooked the pass, but hard working number 12 for Derry, as he was last week, Dara O'Kane. Dara tried to win back that ball, but Galway Tribesmen won that back through Conor Corcoran from another Mike Cullen man down to the right corner forward position, centred by Eamon Trayers. Trayers right over to the far side towards Paul Kearns. Paul Kearns doesn't win the ball. Referee is happy that the challenge was good from Dara McGilligan, a great name in Derry. The McGilligan then drives it down past the middle of the park, and the ball just doesn't stick for Derry, because coming to win it was Costa Pakrisopoulos. He didn't catch that ball that time. The Tribesmen going and advancing forward up to the 45, back, and the ball just comes back, and I think that might have hit off of the referee in the sunshine, but it remains 1 point apiece. Still a little bit of nerves out there, Marissa, but both teams now trying to expand a little bit, both having to do with their form of attacking, but lots of defending.
Yeah, it's interesting to see the use of the space by Galway Tribesmen. They're really working the ball out to the wings. They know that that's where Derry are a little bit vulnerable if they can manage to pull the defence out of the key areas, and it's working for them so far.
Well, here's the free for their number 12 for the Tribesmen. No mistake, he hit that beautiful follow through, lovely finish, and that is Phelim O'Reilly from Ballinasloe. He's a man that would have had a short enough trip from County Galway here to Tullamore, right up the motorway, taking a right in Kilbeggan, into Kilbeggan Road, into the pitch, and if you score a point like that, you don't mind how long the journey is.
Absolutely not, if it helps you get to a bit of silverware at the end.
So that's 2 points to Galway Tribesmen, 1 point to Derry, so 2-1 to Galway. We're into the 7th minute here in O'Connor Park, Tullamore. You mentioned it to John in the opening 2 games. The heat is not going to help either, but they're all young guys, 16, 17 years of age, but heat is heat and it can take a little bit out of you.
Yeah, and we're going to see the use of the bench throughout the game.
2-2 now. That's gone in for Derry, and another white flag there, but we will see the use of the bench. And just explain the substitute rule.
So it's unlimited subs, so they can be brought on and brought off. So we've seen the key players being taken off and brought back on 10 minutes later, just to make sure there's a constant stream of fresh legs.
Always need someone solid there, but all well balanced teams. This is a man who's been playing very well, Niall McGonigal for Derry. Nice ball from Niall, nice diagonal ball. First touch is vital in hurling. The first touch was impeccable that time, and the pass was even better. Now looking for the return ball is Shea Cassidy. He did really well, and there's the return ball going in, but it's a little bit too far. The Galway keeper does very well. Jamie Doyle, a Ballygarman. Jamie back down to the middle of the park. Good old battle. Breaking ball will go towards the sideline. Derry will have that line ball, and Owen McCallion is the man from Ballinasgreen in possession, but he says, I'll throw it back to Jack Cassidy, the man from Sloughneel. Did very well last week also, Jack.
He did, yeah. Their half backline was hugely impressive against Westmeath. It's a bit of a stop-start game here so far, unlike the free-flowing game we saw just earlier on between Kerry and Dublin. So both teams just still finding their feet here.
Finding their feet. The voice of Marissa Kennedy here on analysis as Derry with that line ball works up. Now did that stay inside the post? I think it did. Yes. Good finish. This time it's Dara O'Kane with the finish off his left hand side. The ball coming from the sideline ball on that far side. So Derry now leading by 3 points to 2, and we've just 9 minutes played. Jamie Doyle restarts the game down the middle. Derry win that break. Here is one of those long range efforts we've been on about, and that looks home and holds them. That's what we have spoken about, Marissa, and that's as good as you can do, and that's all you can do. Pick your spot. If you've got the range, have a go, and they are dead accurate. 2 points, big turn in the last minute. 4 points to 2, 9 minutes gone.
Yeah, we saw Darren McGilligan pointing a free there a minute ago, and then just his play, his scores from open play, absolutely fantastic long range effort there, and that is where Derry are most dangerous.
Here's the Tribesmen, they can be dangerous now. This is their midfielder Ryan Duffy turning, striking, and it's a game on now because it's score one in, and a good show of character by the Tribesmen. Ryan Duffy comes back downfield, and the young Ballygarman sends it in and over the bar. Looking at the game, and I know it's early days yet, but Duffy has been prominent for the Tribesmen in the early stages.
He has, yeah. Great response there from Galway. When it looked like Derry were getting the swing and the momentum in the game, Galway come roaring back into it, so that could be an important point.
Well, here come the Tribesmen again. Derry intercept though. That's a vital touch by Dara O'Kane, but the breaking ball favours the midfielder. This is Kevin Walsh, and Kevin is fouled between the 45 and the 65, and Jack Cassidy, I think, says to the referee, what did I do wrong, and explains that there was no harm meant, but the referee felt it was a free, and our match referee is Eamon Stapleton. We are playing here for the Corn William Robinson, that's the Corn being the cup, the William Robinson Cup, and Tribesmen with a free just outside, well, it's more or less midway between the 45 and 65, Derry half of the park, into the town end goal, or the Kilbeggan Road end goal, with just 11 minutes on the clock. A chance for Galway to level it up here. This man again, Phelim O'Reilly from Ballinasloe. He is steady on those frees, Phelim, and he's got another one, 4 points apiece in Tullamore in the Bank of Ireland Celtic Challenge, brought to you on Pundit Arena live, and we do hope you're enjoying our coverage there. Leitrim have won the first final here. Kerry have won a remarkable final in the second final here today. Kerry 5-16, Dublin 3-15. That was a cracker. We've no goals here yet, but we've got some quality scores, 4 apiece.
Quality scores, and this could well end up being a shootout between the two free takers.
Yeah, well, here's another one from open play, and that time Derry will be disappointed because they've let Eamon Trayers get a little bit of room there, and he never was going to fail there. And you know what I'm impressed with so far? I know most good hurlers can play off the right and the left, but a lot of great scores off the left hand side here so far in the opening 11 minutes.
Yeah, fantastic. We've seen a range of scores here, and it's nice to see the play being mixed up. There's no route one for Galway. They're really mixing up their forward play there, and it's paying dividends for them.
certainly is. We've a free in the middle of the park. Now, while we have a few nice scores, Marissa, I think in the style of the last game that we've had and some of the semi-finals last week, this game hasn't really got going, I feel. What do you think?
No, it was always going to be hard to follow that last game, but this game is being dominated by frees, as I said. So it's just failing to ignite.
Yeah, and Darren McGilligan, just as Marissa says that, has put over another one for Derry. So we are on to a 5 points apiece scoreboard at the moment, and we're into the 12th. Well, we're on the 12th minute of a 30-minute half here in the William Robinson Cup here in O'Connor Park in Tullamore. But Derry now intercept this one. Can they take the lead? That was a little bit of a hit and hope ball. Where's it going to drop? Into the keeper's hand, and that's Jamie Doyle for the Tribesmen. Short ball to Brian Horgan. He's from Mount Bellew, Loch in County Galway. Big ball downfield. Derry defender tried to get a touch on it, but a nice little flick back from Eamon Trayers. Eamon knocks it to a man who struggled at first, but in fairness he did very, very well. Eamon Enright, another Mike Cullen man, back downfield. He sent it back to his wing half back, and back down the field it comes. Little bit of elaboration from the Tribesmen, sending it in around the house, and here's the danger man, but that's good defending. Much better, and the cornerback really did well. Mark McEldowney, the Slough-Neil man. Now they've lost possession, Derry, after doing so well in winning that back, and the Tribesmen have it. The block down did its job somewhat. The ball travels 20 metres. Derry tidied up, and the full back had it in safe hands, Jack Conway, and we still haven't seen Jack shining because nothing has been in his department. But if ever there's a match winner on that Derry team, it's him. It's Jack. We've seen him over the last few months, and looking at the Galway team so far, without signalling out anybody, but I thought Ryan Duffy's having a great start, and Phelan O'Reilly, to be fair, for the Tribesmen.
He is, yeah, really is a battle possession around that middle third, and that could be a key area in the winning of this game.
And here come Derry. First touch was good, but just didn't get it to hand. That's how you do it, get a bit of space and time. And the right half back is Lorcan McAlinden, another ball on a screen man. Nice ball from him up to Owen McCallion. Owen McCallion drills to the left half forward position. Nice play by Shea Cassidy, lovely quality player, cuts in along the 45, fires the shot in. Umpire has a look and says, not this time Shea, we're gone to the left and wide, but looks very dangerous in possession. And Galway ain't hanging around. Jamie Doyle straight out with the ball, Marissa.
Yeah, Shea Cassidy there, we know his brilliance. 2 players on him, and he still managed to wind his way around them, but he'll be disappointed with that shot. Here's
the Tribesmen down the long strike, comes downfield. The full forward is a big man, that's Padraig O'Caniela. Lovely flick back inside. Here comes O'Reilly, we mentioned him earlier, and going for the goal. Oh, he's got it, top right hand corner. Brilliant finish by Galway Tribesmen. That sets up the game now into the 15th minute. He's hammered it to the back of the net, and I think that was O'Reilly who got that. Just watch the run. He did very, very well after Derry originally had that ball. That's the shot earlier on downfield, but he took that goal very, very well, and he's got it. 1-5 to the Tribesmen, 5 points to Derry.
I actually think that might have been Rory McDonald, but what a score, what a solo effort to flick the ball up to himself, to run in from the wing, and that finish, absolutely fantastic. We saw a solo effort, brilliant goal, winning the match for Derry last year, and that was another spectacular effort from Galway Tribesmen, and that could be what we need to spark this game into life.
Well, here he along that end line, picks his spot, bang, that's how you do it. Just pick the spot. He's got it. So he has got it. All I spotted was the number 2, so it's either 12 or 22 at the time, so God bless your eyesight if you could identify him there, but he's got it.
I followed his run back out. I think it was Rory McDonald.
Well, there we go. He's got it, and the Tribesmen leading here, and there's the man we mentioned, Jack Conway, with his first long relieving clearance, but it only makes it out towards the 45, and back coming in is Phelan O'Reilly this time, and the number 12 was going forward, and the referee's having a word with the Derry defender and says that was an illegal challenge. Well, the Derry number 9 he's speaking to, which is Dara McGilligan. Derry started well enough, but they haven't stayed in it like they did in the semi-final last week. Still early days, 1-5, and there's only a puck of a ball between them.
Yeah, but we know the quality that runs through this team. We know that they can kill off Galway at the flick of a switch. So Galway just need to really assert their dominance, and there's a strong enough breeze after picking up there, so they are against the wind.
Yeah, and that's a wide now that Tribesmen won't be happy with, because it was a close-in free, and the man who was on fire and on song since the game started, Phelan O'Reilly, the ball in a slow man, he's put that to the right and wide, but the flags, as Marissa's saying, blowing from the town end from right to left, so stiff enough breeze, but a beautiful sunny day here. 19 degrees Celsius here in Tullamore as they come again. This is O'Reilly. Good defence, Derry this time, well blocked down, not taking their eye off of the ball. Two Derry men show for this. One is their number 11, Padraig Nealis. Padraig plays it down towards the full forward line, but the Galway Tribesmen, it's 7 men goal side of the player that received it now. Here come Derry trying to win it back. It was Jack Cassidy, the Slough-Neil man, tries to make the block down, but the Tribesmen send a diagonal ball right over to that far side. Ball breaks in between the 45 and 65. Lovely intelligent ball to the man that was loose from his midfielder for the Tribesmen. Brian Duffy sent it in down towards 14, which is Padraig O'Connell, but it hasn't worked out. So wide from the free, and a glorious opportunity that time after the midfielder doing so well. Hasn't helped the Tribesmen, but however they still lead by 1-5, and we're more than halfway through the first half of a 30-minute half. We're into the 18th minute, Marissa.
Yeah, good work by Kevin Walsh and Eamon Enright out the field to win possession there. I actually thought that hit off the Derry defender, but the umpire signalled for a wide.
Well, there we go. If Marissa was the umpire, it would have been a 65. Oh, there is a terrific score from a difficult angle near the sideline, and he has promised to deliver. Padraig O'Connell, the man from Spiddle in the county of Galway, a Gaelgore, and Mahan Buchel, we can say, for that one.
Absolutely, yeah. He couldn't finish off the last effort, but what a response there.
Here comes Padraig Nealis of Derry with the reply. Has he got it? No, now it's Derry's turn to strike a wide. Derry's turn to strike a wide, so it is 1-5 to 5 points.
That will be one area of concern for the Derry management, is they are creating the scoring chances, but they're just letting them go wide or go short, and it's wasted opportunities for them.
Yeah, it was 3 points. It should be 4 points now, so it's 1-6 to Galway. It's 5 points to Derry, so 1-6 to 5 is what I should. I think you'll agree with me on that one as well, Marissa. I think I'm right.
Yeah, I think you're right.
You have to be good at mathematics to do this job as well.
That's for sure. You have to be quick on your feet.
You certainly have. Well, you're one lady that's quick on her feet, doing all her analysis throughout the Celtic Challenge Bank of Ireland Pundit Arena coverage here last week in our semi-finals. Marissa from a great part of County Tipperary, Patrick Bonnermar country, and showing her skills on her hurling here in Tullamore as we had in Ashbourne last week. And it's getting warmer, even though that breeze is blowing from right to left. We've a little hold up at the moment, but 1-6 to Galway Tribesmen, 5 points to Derry. And I think what I've said earlier on, Derry haven't been what they were last week, but we mustn't forget the Galway Tribesmen are a good strong team, and now Derry have struck another white. They were all going over in the semi-final.
Yeah, I don't know if the wind is impacting them there, but unfortunately for Derry, but again, as you said, it shows the pressure being put on them by the Galway defence. You know, as you said, it's high temperatures out there, high intensity, so players will be grateful of every break they get.
Jamie Doyle gave this puck out everything. Well read by Jack Cassidy. Derry in the half-back line, breaks it down. Two Tribesmen come across the number 10, Michael Murray for Derry. Ball in the screen man seems to pick up a knock, but he gets back up on his feet, and Derry intercept on the 45, and the long clearance comes from Darragh McGilligan down to the corner forward position, but the full forward is there. Ryan McPeak, another Slough-Neil man. Ryan in the blue helmet on that far side, tall figure of him, centres a terrific ball to the man running through, but again the Tribesmen have got enough people back there, and one was Jason McDonough for Mike Cullen. He sends it down to his midfielder Phelan O'Reilly, who drills it into the lovely catch, lovely ball fed in, another chance of a goal. Oh, it's a good stop by the goalkeeper. That's Leo Passmore. He might score points, but he can make saves, and that was point blank, and he stopped that with his left hand. He went just up, saw the ball coming at speed, and Derry going to counter-attack. Now can they muster up a score from that great piece of defence? Shot at goal, but it's another wide, Marissa. They're just not going over for Derry, but the goalkeeper kept them in the game that time. 1-6 to 5 it remains. We have 10 minutes to go to half time. What
a piece of play from Padraig O'Connell at the start to catch that ball. The layoff was absolutely fantastic to Paul Kearns, but all credit to Leo Passmore for that save. He's keeping Derry in the game.
Jamie Doyle, his pucker goes right down towards his number 12, Phelan O'Reilly. Lovely clean catch into Kevin Walsh, another Mike Cullen man. Kevin to the corner forward position to Paul Kearns. It comes back out towards Ryan Duffy. Duffy on his left, then he turns in right. He's given this everything, dropping, it's gone over the bar. It's over the bar. A good high dropping ball, and always a dangerous ball. Hard to know where it was going to go, Marissa, but he's got it. He sent it over the bar, and that for me is 1-7 now to the Galway Tribesmen. 6 points to Derry, so 4 between them.
Yeah, great score there from Ryan Duffy. You can see that Galway are just clicking into gear now, and Derry are going to have to be careful not to let this game run away from them.
Yeah, 1-7-5 it is. I said 1-7-6. It's 1-7-5. So there is 5 points between the sides at the moment. That's the official scoreboard. And Derry have their thinking caps on at the moment. But I think Padraig Mannion, the banished door, Padraig Keating, Owen Kerwin and Dara Kerrigan will be happy with the Galway Tribesmen. They've got a great application when they get that ball through the middle of the park, because they've got a good few players moving very well off of the ball, which is causing Derry a few problems.
Yeah, they have great support runs as well, and it's really working well for them. They're pulling the Derry defence out of their comfort positions, and it's working.
Well, Derry have got one back, and the free is gone in and over the bar, and it's a good strike this time. So now Derry are on to 6 points. 1-7-6, 4 between them. Not a lot in hurling, as we always say, and we're into the 22nd minute, so 8 minutes remaining. Hefty challenge coming in onto the advancing run of Jack Cassidy. Referee says we're coming back for the foul. Our referee for this third game is the William Robinson Cup, is Eamon Stapleton as our match referee. Eamon is willing to let play go, but Derry again. Now, Marissa, I mentioned the wides, and I know they're only human, these guys, and the best in the world, the TJ Reeds and the Marty Cavanaghs and the Shamie Cannelans. Everybody has a wide here, there and everywhere, but Derry have had a few. Realistically, they've got to get this. Yeah,
they need a few just to settle them down now, because they are creating the chances, as we said, but right now they're living off frees.
That's an excellent score. Excellent score. They really needed that, and compliments to Dara McGilligan. He struck that one very, very well. So they've got it, and now they've reduced the deficit. We're back to a 3-point game. So there's one puck of the ball between the sides. At Derry, never out of this game. They will be there. It could go to the wire. We've 7 minutes remaining in the first half. It's final number 3. Leitrim, if you're from the lovely Leitrim, they've won the first final here, defeating their neighbours Longford in game number 1. And a cracking game here just before the start of this William Robinson Cup. It was Kerry 5-16, Dublin Clark 3-15. How about that for a game in the Bank of Ireland Celtic Challenge? 8 goals and 31 points in total scored in that match, and that was an absolute cracker, brought to you by John Lynch and Marissa, and it was a cracking game. But this game is as we head towards the final few minutes of the first half, we're going to be in for a cracking second half as well. Derry looking to bring the ball forward. We'll stick before we come back to Marissa. Here they are with the ball. 1 or 2 of their players still to be brought into it. Was that over-carried? No, says the referee. Knocked back towards Padraig Nealis from Shea Cassidy, breaking through the middle of the park. And the referee this time, I think, might be about to throw this ball in. I'm not quite sure what has happened there, Marissa, but he's calling in 2 players, I think. Someone obviously fouled the ball or fouled the player. Maybe you spotted more than I did, but I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, I think there might have been a little hint of a foul there by Rory McDonald, but it just shows the pressure that Galway Tribesmen are putting on these Derry forwards. They're having to work the ball back outfield, and they're not being given a second on the ball, and it's a fantastic defence by Galway Tribesmen.
Well, it is a yellow card for the Galway number 2, Rory McDonald, so the man from Salthill knocked the Carras in the book. It's a free for Derry again. The breeze favouring Derry in this first half. Derry in their all white shirt with the red trim, sending it, it's another wide, even though he got the last one, so that wasn't so far wide, but it's gone wide, and there's still 3 between them. We're into the final 4 minutes of the first half, Marissa.
Yeah, those wides could come back to haunt them later on, because they are being given the opportunities, but they're just not taking them at the moment.
A fair old battle on the far side. The hard-working Ryan Duffy tries to dig this one out, and he has dug it out, but his ball has not gone to hand. And good play by the cornerback, Mark McEldowney, another Schlockneil player from County Derry. And now Galway Tribesmen win that, and the hand pass gets them out of trouble outside their own 45-metre line, and the man trying to turn and strike this ball seemed to be fouled, but the referee said he had a bit of an advantage. He had still possession, and no one near him was Jason McDonough. He sent it downfield, but the Tribesmen haven't made good use of it, and now the referee spots a challenge from a Galway player, and Derry have the free out, and we make it into the final 5 minutes of the first half. The centre back is Niall McGonigal, a great name in Derry as well, great name in Derry hurling. McGonigal down towards the D, fighting for the Shea Cassidy. Didn't get to Cassidy, but done well, and it comes back out to the man wearing 12, which is Dara O'Kane, and from a difficult angle he sends it in, and that's what Derry are all about, Marissa, because that's what they're quite capable of. O'Kane sent it in, but it was good work there also from Shea Cassidy, and they've got the score, and there's 3 between them yet again.
Yeah, Ryan McKeek did very well there. He just drew in the defenders. Darragh O'Kane stayed back, he didn't get involved, and was able to collect the pop pass and send it over the bar. Brilliant score.
Yeah, it looks like Aidan O'Hagan is going to enter the fray now with his yellow helmet, wearing number 18 for Derry. But just to remind our viewers the rule on the substitutions again.
Yeah, so it's unlimited substitution, which is great on a day like today with high temperatures, high intensity. Players are going to be worn out, so they're unlimited substitutions. You can take off and bring back on players, so it's really been using to good effect so far in these games.
Well, they're running their subs in and out now, and sometimes you might see them coming back on. But the man that's being withdrawn at the moment might get to take in a few calories and a drop of water. Michael Murray is the man, the ball on the screen that's been withdrawn. Derry come forward. Referee has spotted a foul on the 20-metre line. It's still 1-7 to 8 points, and he's calling somebody else in, and they have a free more or less dead straight in front of the goal for Derry as we head towards the final 3 minutes of the half. And he's going to have a word this time with Conor Corcoran, I think, of the Tribesmen, and I think he's having a word with Shay Cassidy as well. Yeah, both of them are being spoken to by the referee, Eamon Stapleton. So
yeah, a few niggles so far, but what great work there from the Derry number 9, Darren McGilligan, to win possession in midfield initially there, to field the ball, spotted the run of Shay Cassidy straight over to him, and Shay Cassidy was just wrapped up by the Galway defence, and they fouled.
Well, here comes Shay taking the free, and he sends it in, hits the keep net on the back, and all of a sudden it's Galway Tribesmen 1-7. It's Derry 9 points here in O'Connor Park in Tullamore, so 1 point between them. And we got just a little over 2 minutes remaining to the half-time whistle, Marissa.
Yeah, Galway need to mind their discipline now, because that's what's letting Derry back into this game, and now they're only trailing by 2.
Yeah, and the full-back is shone there. Jack Conway came up, won a great ball, and here come Derry looking for the equalising score. McGilligan from distance drops it in. The keeper did very well, but where's that ball going? It's broken inside the 13-metre line. There's the shot. It's gone to the back of the goal, and Derry have turned this one around on the stroke of half-time. The quick ball outfield. It's Shay Cassidy from Sloughneel, the number 15. That's what they wanted. They've had a few bad wides. He's really taken this well. Just watch the ball coming in around the house, and it's patted down by the goalkeeper, Jamie Dial. Out it goes. He still had a bit to do. He had to turn. Derry goes back to his left, picks his spot, bang, into the bottom of the corner of the net. Good goal, but he is quite capable of doing that. And what a great goal for Derry. They now lead by 2. What a turning point.
Well, if there was any player you don't want collecting the rebound ball, it's Shay Cassidy. A fantastic finish by him there to beat the 2 defenders and the goalkeeper. It just shows that the skill the man has.
1-9 to 1-7, 2 between them. We're heading into the final minute of the opening half here in the Corn William Robinson Cup. Leitrim already victorious in match number 1. Kerry victorious over Dublin Clark in match number 2. Will it be Derry? Will it be the Galway Tribesmen? Now Derry lead after that goal from Cassidy, sending it to the back of the net. So it's 1-9, 1-7, and another little bit of a goal mouth scramble here. What's going to happen here? Referee is right on top of play, keeps a close eye on proceedings. And from inside the small parallelogram, the Tribesmen play a little bit of ground hurling, but Derry are hunting in packs. And in there for Derry is Aidan O'Hagan, a Ballina-Screen man, now who has it, turning and striking. That's wide. That is wide, and we have less than 30 seconds of regulation time remaining, Marissa. 2-point advantage for Derry. They will be happy with that, because they do know that they haven't played as well as they have been playing. But again, compliments to the Galway Tribesmen. There's no bad hurling teams in Galway.
Yeah, the Derry bench will be very happy at half time, because Galway did the majority of the hurling there for the last periods of the second half, and yet Derry look like they're going to head into the break ahead. So it just shows the importance of the goals, and goals really do count in this game, as we saw in the last game. So brilliant response there from Cassidy, and unfortunately Aidan just couldn't stick over the other point.
Here's Jamie Doyle with the relieving clearance for the Tribesmen. Ball breaks in the middle of the park, so we're into added time now, and it's at the discretion of the referee as Derry come forward leading by 2. Can they lead by 3 at half time? Back out to the danger man, Dara O'Kane. He just loses his balance, working hard, but he got a credit to Galway defender who worked very hard too, Conor Corcoran, and he got it as far as his corner back, Tom Collins, and the Ballygar man flicked it back in field, and they're just struggling to get outside of that 45-metre line, but Brian Horgan's hand pass took them out of trouble, and now Galway Tribesmen go forward, but out comes the full-back, and that is the man we mentioned, Jack Conway, over to space and doesn't find the man, but if in doubt, pull it out, I suppose, and we're still in added time. 2-point advantage for Derry. Fair reflection of the game so far, Marissa, 2 points between them.
It probably is a little bit flattering to Derry, given how much Galway have dominated this game. Their defence is just hunting in packs. The second a Derry forward picks up the ball,
Well, there is the half-time whistle in a sun-drenched O'Connor Park, Boardnamone O'Connor Park, Tullamore, in the Bank of Ireland Celtic Challenge live on Pundit Arena. So a little bit flattering, our analyst Marissa reckons, for the Derry men, considering that the Tribesmen were in control on that scoreboard right throughout that first half. But it is half-time in match number 3, which is the Corn William Robinson Cup, and it is 1-9 to Derry, it's 1-7 to the Galway Tribesmen. So we're just about ready for the second half. Half-time score 1-9 to Derry, 1-7 to the Galway Tribesmen. Entertaining first half, a little bit of nerves in the early exchanges, and the Tribesmen leading for a considerable amount of that first half, but Derry with that goal on the stroke of half-time put them in the driving seat. So with a 2-point game now, but 30 minutes to go, the sun has dipped in behind a cloud at O'Connor Park in Tullamore, and we're ready to go. Galway Tribesmen in their navy shirts against Derry in their white suits. The Galway Tribesmen playing from right to left, and as in the first half, Ryan Duffy starts it well and he withdraws. He's a big man, Padraig O'Connell, but Padraig O'Connell has put that one wide, and that was a glorious opportunity for him, but that's gone to the right and wide and Marissa. So we've had a few wides in the game, but there's always wides in the game of hurling, but the lads will be disappointed that they're not putting everything over, because they're young, they're ambitious, and they want to be on top here in this Bank of Ireland Celtic Challenge live here on Pundit Arena. So still advantage Derry, and they have possession.
Yeah, they'll be disappointed with that one, because they needed a score to get them back into this game after Derry took the lead there at the end of the first half.
And we might be talking to some of the managers early. Now here's Leo Passmore coming from his goal again. Now we didn't see him score in the first half. We seen him scoring 2 points in the semi-final in Ashbourne and County Meath, Donoughmore Ashbourne's GA grounds, who also looked after us brilliantly last week. We got a bit of sun up there as well. We now have the factor 35, John Lynch, who's our other commentator from County Leitrim today, bringing that. Here's Passmore sending it downfield. Didn't get length on this one. It's in around the house, though. The danger not averted, as it is Derry trying to capitalise, but it's the Galway Tribesmen who've defended that one very, very well. And this is their right cornerback, Oisín O'Toole from Annadown. And Oisín did very, very well, but the ball is overcooked and it's out over the sideline for a line ball on the 20-metre line in Derry half of the park.
Yeah, the Galway defence has been...
Now we just wait. Okay, so Oisín is pitch side, and he has one of the Derry backroom team. I think it could be the banished door, and that is Kevin
Martin,
Kelly.
a minute into the second half's been going well for your lads.
Yeah, we're sort of, in fairness now, Oisín, at half time now, we're disappointed there that we're sort of, I know we're 2 points up, but we haven't hurled at all in our opinion. We give them a good rollick in there at half time, and our whole emphasis all year has been on our work rate and our application in terms of our hooking and blocking, but I don't think we've got that in the first half, so hopefully now lads will pick it up in the second half and we'll drive on from here.
Yeah, I wanted to ask what you asked at half time. Wasn't good enough in your opinion?
Not really, no. I know when you look at the scoreboard you're thinking, well, we're 2 points up, and it has been a sort of tit for tat KJ affair. They got the goal early on and we pushed on, then we got the goal. So, but in fairness, like in our opinion, like the quarter-final, semi-final through the Ulster series, we weren't sort of, we heard a lot better, I thought. A wee bit nervous possibly too, as it's an All-Ireland final, like, so but as I say, like, hopefully we'll drive on now in the second half.
And what would it mean to your lads to get another bit of silverware in the Bank of Ireland Celtic Challenge?
It'd be brilliant. Hey, when you want to play in All-Ireland finals and you want to win them, so hopefully, as I say, like, we'll push on from here and drive on. Hopefully we'll push on.
Martin, excellent, thank you very much. Cheers, good luck. Thank you.
Yeah, good to hear the words from Derry, but interesting to hear what he said, exactly what we were saying. You think he was watching Pundit Arena right throughout that first half, because we knew they were a little bit better, and just as he was talking, a quality score for Derry as well gone in the first score of the second half, 1-10-1-7, the lead by 3, Marissa, but interesting interview.
Yeah, of course it was Shea Cassidy who got that point there in the end. Brilliant score from out the wing, and as he was saying, they need to drive on, they need to just take the scruff of this game by the scruff of its neck, and that's what they're looking to do. You know, Galway are really dominant in defence, so they're pushing out wide to get their forwards into this game.
And here come Derry on the attack again. This is their number 11, Padraig Nealis. Didn't work out for him, and the centre back for Galway Tribesmen, Brian Horgan, does well, the man from Montbellew, Moylock. And again the sun dips in behind the cloud, and Galway Tribesmen have the free from inside their own just outside their own 20-metre line. The half-time score was Derry 1-9, Tribesmen 1-7. It's now 1-10-1-7. And if you're wondering about earlier on results in the opening two match finals here in the Celtic Challenge Bank of Ireland finals, Leitrim defeated Longford and Kerry defeated Dublin Clark on a big scoreline, 5-16 to 3-15. Massive game. This is a highly competitive game now, as Galway's Padraig O'Connell goes for a score, and he has got it, and that is a quality strike from him.
Yeah, he's definitely one of their more dangerous forwards. He just seems to always be in the right place at the right time. Just took that ball from Paul Kearns, who brilliantly won it in possession. So really promising stuff from Galway.
Certainly so. There's a few hurling sticks going flying from the sideline, so someone wanted a change here, but the Tribesmen come forward. Tribesmen, Galway Tribesmen, if you just joined us, wearing a navy shirt, and It is Derry who intercept that. There was a bit of a pull on the jersey there, and we have a free, and there's one of the Galway players not overly happy, and that's not within the rules of the Celtic Challenge, because it's a very fair competition and the fairest player award and all of that. The Celtic Challenge best and fairest player award, because aside from a packed schedule of matches, the Bank of Ireland Celtic Challenge also features a number of new initiatives on trial for the first time in Gaelic games, including the best and fairest award. And it is a great reward, because here comes Derry now with the free, long range, drops in around the house. Where's it gone? It's in the back of the net. No, it's not. It's picked up, and out come the Tribesmen. Nobody know where that was going to go, and it was one of the Galway Tribesmen rescued the day for them. And it's now with Aaron Barrett. Aaron Barrett sends it down to the middle. Lovely hand pass from Derry. When in doubt, he gave the hand pass across towards 18, which is his number 18 was Aidan O'Hagan. Aidan O'Hagan, and the referee's whistle I could hear through the headphones. Eamon Stable then gives the Tribesmen a free out, but the scoreboard remains 110 to 1-8. The men from the north, Derry, lead by 110 to 1-8. 2 points between them, Marissa, and a quick 6 minutes in the second half.
Yeah, a great opportunity there for Derry. You know, Darren McGilligan's long range free dropping in there, and it could have gone anywhere. But Derry are really fighting in the second half. You can hear the crowd getting behind them. They're really pushing. They know they didn't do enough in the first half, and they're really up in their game now.
And here's Brian Horgan with the free for the Tribesmen. Sends it downfield. Breaking ball, won there by the Tribesmen, but it wasn't really clear to effectiveness, and Derry clear it now. It was Galway who were trying to pick it up, an attack I should have said, but it's falling back to the lively Ryan Duffy. He sends it in, and Duffy, has he got it? The goalkeeper just crossed the flight path of the umpire. He certainly has, because the white flag has been raised, and we picked him out earlier on, the young Ballygar man, Ryan Duffy. He's really playing a great game in the middle of the park for Galway.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been everywhere. You know, we've seen him up in the full forward line as well. He's just one of those dangerous key players that Derry just can't seem to cope with at the moment.
110 to 1-9. It should 110 to 1-9 is the score at the moment. 7 minutes into the second half, so 110 to Derry, 1-9 to Galway.
Yeah, the intensity of this game has really raised in the second half. You can see both teams are pushing. You know, it was very quiet first half, kind of dominating by frees, but now the intensity has really risen. The crowd is getting behind them, and we have a fight in our hands.
So the scoreboard should be reading 110 to Derry, 1-9 to Galway. So 110 to 1-9. So we got lots of finals here today, and lots of scores to tot up, and 5-16 to 3-15. I think we can excuse our technical staff on one or two going the wrong way, Marissa, but it's not easy. But here's the free, I think, coming. No, it's a line ball on the far side. The linesman had the flag up. He was adamant it was a line ball right over there before the ball was knocked in for the Galway Tribesmen. Now, this is an ideal opportunity, because we've seen some great examples of the sideline cut right throughout this competition, and Derry are one of the top teams, in particular last week in Ashbourne as well.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's Jack Cassidy standing over this one, and what an effort.
Oh, it's a brilliant ball. Oh, drops perfect. Whistle has been gone, so not quite sure why the whistle was gone, but was there a foul in there? I take it there was. We might see it on a replay. There's a little bit of all given out in there from somebody, but 110 to 1-9 it remains, so there's probably a foul in there.
But it just shows that Derry are creating those opportunities for themselves that they weren't getting in the first half. You know, brilliant cut in there from Jack Cassidy, and you know they are causing Galway problems back there.
And certainly a 1 point game. We've 8 minutes played in the second half. That's the Corn William Robinson. It's the third final this afternoon. So 110 to 1-9 in favour of Derry, and the sun shines brightly again. The Derry centre half back is Neil McGonigal. Big ball from McGonigal down towards his corner forward. Costa Papachrysopoulos scored a magnificent point last week, which you can see on our Pundit Arena highlights package from our semi-finals. And there's a tremendous block down. Didn't know much about it, the number 18, after he blocked it down, Aidan O'Hagan, but he did well, and he did very well in the follow-up. O'Hagan as well, his work ethic is fantastic, and he's still there, kicks the ball down towards the 20-metre line, and he still battles on, and he has it. And what a bit of industrial work from him. for his team, and his hand pass goes back towards Shea Cassidy, and the Slough-Neil man centred it towards his centre forward Padraig Nealis, and Derry then orchestrate the strike. The keeper, who's been good for the Tribesmen, Jamie Dial, put the stick up, he knocks it down with the boss, and the Galway Tribesmen hang in 110 to 1-9. Derry lead. Here comes Ryan Duffy again from a defensive midfield pairing. Now alongside Kevin Walsh, he drilled that downfield, and working hard to try and hold possession for the Tribesmen was Phelim O'Reilly, but it was Neil McGonigal who came out, or Niall McGonigal. And now it's with the number 7, Jack Cassidy. Derry playing from left to right. Cassidy, nobody to his left, nobody to his right. He runs into a wall of Tribesmen. He wins back possession, Cassidy. And it's a fair old battle at the moment, and no change being given down there, but Derry advancing forward again, but a ball has gone straight to a Tribesman, and the Galway men will clear this from outside their own 45. Lovely first touch, the pick and the take from the number 19, Eamon Trayers. Ballygarman, massive strike from the midfielder Kevin Walsh, and that is gone to the left and right. He was a little bit ambitious, but to be fair to these guys, they get plenty of carry on a fine day, and Galway are playing with the breeze, and now they're introducing Rhys Ryan, a young man from Tuam in the county of Galway.
Yeah, Derry really pushing up on their forwards there, so he had no real choice but to go for the long range point. But the work rate from Derry, from O'Hagan there in the first place, and then from McGonigal to win possession, they're really, really fighting for this game now.
They certainly are. The Derry goalkeeper Leo Passmore sends it downfield. Across comes the Derry centre forward, but the pace of the ball beats him. And the Galway Tribesmen have it. Galway Tribesmen playing in those navy shirts from right to left. If you just joined our coverage here on Pundit Arena, it is the Bank of Ireland Celtic Challenge. It is the third of our finals this afternoon. Leitrim already successful. What a week it's been for Leitrim GA. There's a Derry man after getting a clout coming forward, and I think that could be the full back, and he's a big man, Jack Conway, and the referee is going to have a word, and Jack is going to get back up on his feet. The Mayor Ishka is out there. He'll cool him down a little bit as well, but he just got caught in a frontal challenge, which there didn't seem to be any malice in it, but the referee might have a word with somebody to say, lads, just take it easy. But I think it is Conway who's picked up that knock. But however, Marissa, Derry still lead by 1 point. It hasn't been a classic, but by God, is it competitive?
It is that's exactly it. Both teams are fighting for their lives out there at the moment. As you said, no malice in that, but it just shows the intensity and the work rate from these teams and the physicality. We're seeing some massive hits out there. Both teams going toe to toe.
Certainly are. Marissa Kennedy on our analysis here on Pundit Arena, here from the early hours, and we'll be here till the late hours. 6 finals we have today in the Bank of Ireland Celtic Challenge. John Lynch will be back on commentary for match number 4 as the referee decides he has to stand back a little bit. These young men want to advance forward. Now here's the chance coming forward. A 1-on-1 situation. Good goalkeeping from Passmore. Very good goalkeeping from Passmore. A 1-on-1 with Ryan Duffy, but Passmore did ever so well, and Derry cleared their lines and still hang on to that 1 point advantage. Scores have been scarce in the second half. Have we one coming now? Dara McGilligan sending it in, but it's gone wide again. We've had a lot of wides. McGilligan gave it everything, but a low scoring second half. At half time, Derry led by 1-9 to 1-7. It's 1-10 to Derry. It's 1-9 to the Tribesmen. So the Tribesmen scoring 2 points in the second half. Derry scoring 1. Marissa.
Yeah, Derry really needed that point to get them back in this game. McGilligan had all the hard work done. A beautiful catch there, and drifted out to the wing, but just his shot going to the right. But and down the other end, what a save from Leo Passmore. To come out and to put his body on the line to cut out the danger there. Brilliant goalkeeping.
Certainly so. And here is the free for the Tribesmen. The referee not happy with the challenge of the Derry defence, so the man to take this free is Phelim O'Reilly, a young man from Ballinasloe, wearing that number 12 shirt for the Galway Tribesmen. So Phelim, he's got a lovely angle. It's an angle that everybody really likes to have. Just threw the ball a little bit too far out in front of him. He didn't flick that up as he would have liked, and he lost his concentration between rising that ball, I do believe, and in making the strike, because it wasn't pitch perfect.
Yeah, he'll be disappointed with that one goal. We needed that just to bring them back into this game, because Derry are in control at the moment.
Certainly are. Marissa Kennedy on analysis as the other teams start to arrive for final number 4, 5 and 6, and it is Derry leading here by 1 point in Boardnamona O'Connor Park. Sun-drenched Boardnamona. The temperature is now gone to 20 degrees Celsius on this brilliant day for the Bank of Ireland Celtic Challenge. You're watching it live on Pundit Arena, and I know there's many of you right across the country and across the world keeping an eye on your loved ones and friends and family and your club mates who are taking part here today for the respective counties. It's the turn of Derry and the Galway Tribesmen this time, and it's Derry with the free. They ain't hanging around. Derry's number 9 is Darragh McGilligan. Big high dropping ball, flicks back out towards number 18, which is Aidan O'Hagan. O'Hagan doesn't hold on to the ball. Oisin O'Toole from Annadown in County Galway clears it downfield towards 19, which is Eamon Trayers of Ballygar. Goes for the big one, and that's what we were saying about the length these fellas strike the ball. Okay, he was inside the 65, but he still had to get the finish. And for me, was that Rory McDonald, your good friend, who got the goal in the first half?
I think that was Eamon Trayers in the end.
Finished it in the end. He did finish it, yeah.
Yeah, he's been hugely impressive since his introduction. You know, he's really up to the work rate. He's winning ball in that middle third where Galway struggled in the first half. So, you know, he's really making his mark in this game.
Here come Derry. 1-10 apiece, big high dropping ball in around the house. Where's it gone? The keeper got a touch, ground strike, that deflects back out in the hands of the centre back Brian Horgan. He's a Mount Bellew lockman down there in Galway, and Derry win it back now. Can they send it back in with interest? Lovely control pass down inside the 45. Here comes the lively number 11 Padraig Nealis. Nealis fires it in. The goalkeeper again bats it away, Jamie Doyle. He's been prominent for the Galway Tribesmen. They might have won a free there. They have won the free. The referee Eamon Stapleton giving Galway the free, but I have to compliment Jamie Doyle. Apart, brilliant puckouts, great reader of the game, but great eye to ball contact at every time, taking no chance there, batted it away, and he's deprived Derry of a few quality scores in the second half. He's really been instrumental for the Tribesmen in that goal.
Yeah, as much as Leo Passmore has been for Derry, Jamie Doyle has been on fire for Galway Tribesmen. Padraig Nealis will be a bit disappointed with that. He was on fire last week against Westmeath, but he's yet to score in this game.
Here comes the centre back for Derry. This is Niall McGonigal. Referee has spotted something there. I was ball watching Marissa, but has he overstepped the mark or has he fouled the ball when he played it? It's a free in either way. It
was a heavy challenge, but I thought it was a fair shoulder, but the referee is in a better position than I am. But big hefty challenge by Niall McGonigal, centre back.
You're back to the Tipperary hurling again. A hefty shoulder. You get away with that down around Laura, but you won't get away with it in the Celtic Challenge.
I have to say I thought that was a Padraig Maher effort there, but the referee didn't agree with me.
Well, we wish him well, and the Derry or the Galway Tribesman. Oh, he's put that wide. That is unbelievably gone to the right and wide, and Phelan O'Reilly will be disappointed, but we mustn't forget they're only young men of 16 and 17. It's a big day for them here in the final. The heat now is causing problems. There's a lot of overheating bodies out there as well. They're well looked after, but Galway Tribesmen make another change, and this is Evan Duffy coming in wearing number 17 from the Ballygar club. So Galway have made another change, but Marissa, those wides could come back to haunt them, but it's level pegging here, and we're into the 17th minute of the second half.
Yeah, this game is really just crying out for someone to stand up and take it by the scruff of the neck, because it has died down in the last couple of minutes. But both teams well capable of driving on. Darragh O'Kane flicked a nice little ball, goes looking for the return. Now can he send it in from a difficult angle? He does, but it's very high, but it's dropping in around the house. The goalkeeper again. Oh, he did well, but it's gone to the back of the net. The ball deflected into the hand of a Derry man. He's hammered it to the back of the net, and that puts 3 points between the sides now. The green flag has been lifted. Jamie Doyle originally did very, very well, but when it flicked back out, it hit the back of the net, and I think it's the full forward got in onto that one there, and it is Shea Cassidy who seems to have struck that to the back of the net. A Derry man gets a heavy fall. I think it was actually Costa Papachristopoulos.
Well, if it was Costa, there you go. You got the Greek and you're flying at it this week as well. Let's have another look at it here. The ball flicked back in, 2-10 to 1-10, 3 between them, but here come the Tribesmen. They're going for goal. Oh, it's a good stop by Leo Passmore in the Derry goal. Game on now in the Corn William Robinson Cup. Game on. Yes, that's a foul on Passmore, and the two goalkeepers are given an exhibition here today, albeit there's a goal past Jamie Doyle, but to be fair, he did do quite well in stopping the ball initially before Derry got the goal. But there was the shot. There's Passmore, took the sting out of it with the boss of the stick, and that was good goalkeeping by Leo Passmore. We're in for a thrilling finish here, Marissa. Here come Derry.
Yeah, great ground strike there from Papachristopoulos to finish off that goal. But down the other end, Pádraig O'Connell probably took the wrong option there, going for goal when a point would have brought them back into this game. So Galway really need to just start calm down and take the right options now.
Aidan O'Hagan is the Derry number 18. The man running forward is Carol McGilligan. Started at right corner back, treads across a beautiful ball down towards Costa Patrichelopoulos. He's the man that Marissa thinks might have had the final touch in that goal. It'll be a vital goal for Derry. 2-10 to 110 the lead here, but the Galway goalkeeper Jamie Dial, he's been solid. He gives a big ball down to the middle of the park, but Derry win it back. Now in the interview from the Derry backroom team, they weren't happy with their application on the first half. Speaking to Oisin at the start of the second half, the long range effort comes from Carol McGilligan, and McGilligan, the number 2, he's changed his position because he listed as a right corner back. I know numbers don't mean a lot in panel numbered games like this, but to be fair, he's advanced further up the field. Derry have changed their tactics, and that's a great finish by the number 2, McGilligan.
Yeah, they're currently playing with 3 midfielders there at the moment, but it just shows that they've scores all over the field. Galway really need a score now to just settle them back into this game, because Derry look to be running over.
2-11 to Derry, 110 to the Galway Tribesmen, a 70. Oh, it's gone to the back of the net. As soon as you said it, Marissa, they've got the goal, and we're in for some game. If John did the commentary in the last one with Kerry in Dublin, there was 8 goals in the game. Now there's 4 goals in this game, and we're back to a 1-point game. 2-11 to 2-10. Just as you said it, the Tribesmen need a score. They've got it.
Well, I was saying a few minutes ago that we needed something to spark this game into life, and now what have we got? 2 goals. Brilliant finish there from Reece Ryan. Fantastic stuff. Galway right back in this now.
Here come Derry. Can Derry reply with one straight away? A difficult angle. Foul on the far side. Linesman is there, so is the referee right on top of it. Our match referee is Eamon Stapleton for this Corn William Robinson Cup. It's match number 3. Leitrim already successful, and that is just a replay of the goal going in there, and Galway send that ball into the back of the net, and that's what has put them back in this game. They were never really out of it, to be fair, but they got the goal. He really took it well, Marissa.
Yeah, fantastic, but just to win the breaking ball and then just stuck it in the bottom corner. Just typical corner forward goal. Brilliant.
There's the free for Derry. That's all the way, and that's excellent free taking from Derry. And the wind seems to have changed a little bit, looking at the colour, the flags at the back of the goal, the tricolour, the Leinster flag, and the various different colours that they have. A mixture today to suit all counties taking part. This is Derry and the Galway Tribesmen. Derry in their white shirt, the Tribesmen of Galway in the navy shirts. And now the scoreboard reads Derry 2-12, Galway Tribesmen 2-10. There is 2 points between the sides. At half time there was 2 between them. 1-9 Derry, 1-7. Now we're in the 22nd minute as Derry come forward. That seems to be an unfortunate trip that the referee says no malice in. Tribesmen win it back, and there's a long floated ball from Kevin Walsh from Mike Cullen in Galway. Big ball downfield. Jack Conway got a touch. Passmore is out of the goal. Leo, is he fouled? Referee says he was. I think the whistle has gone there. It's going to be a free out, but a fair old battle now, Marissa, and we're in for one hell of a finish here in the Corn William Robinson final of the Bank of Ireland Celtic Challenge live on Pundit Arena.
Yeah, there's 8 minutes left in this game in normal time, and both teams are going to really have to mind their discipline, because in Phelan O'Reilly and Shay Cassidy we have 2 top class free takers, and you can't be giving them opportunities to put their team ahead, not when it's so close.
Here's Passmore with the free. Leo from the Owen Rua club up there in County Derry, inside his own 13-metre line. Just a simple tap, and he sends it the length of O'Connor Park down towards the right half forward position. That's taken a touch off a Galway Tribesman, and it will be a line ball to Derry. They'll lead by 2. 2-12 to 2-10. We're in the 23rd minute, so just 7 minutes remaining here, and the man coming across to take this sideline cut. He's all the skills that every good hurler should have. His name is Jack Cassidy from the Schlockneil club, outside the 45-metre line. He places this ball with precision, and I know we have the Golf Open coming up in the north of Ireland next week, but this man placed that ball as if he was striking it off a fairway. Now here they come. Will it work out for them? No. It's a bit of good work by the Tribesmen when they hadn't got the ball. Typical Galway-like hurling, working their socks off without the ball. That's what makes all good teams good. Not only when you have it, but Derry somehow have won it back, and the strike them there from Costa Papakrasopoulos, but he got knocked off his stick. However, they stay going, and this is Thomas McKegney. Thomas McKegney, lovely ball from Thomas in the hand pass, but great defending again by the Tribesmen, sticking to the Derry forwards like plasters. Here comes 17, Evan Duffy, another Ballygar man. from his own 45, didn't get it away. Now can Carol McGilligan, he scored already in the second half, didn't get the shot in, plays it across towards Shea Cassidy. Cassidy down into the right half forward position towards Padraig Nealis. Nealis goes on a blistering run, difficult angle, fires the shot, looks across the face of the goal, and the umpire says not this time, and it remains 2-12 to 2-10. 6 minutes remaining, Marissa.
Galway had 10 defenders back in their own half in that phase of play, so they were just really relentlessly pushing Derry out the field, and that's what you get. You put enough pressure on and Derry will make
Here
mistakes.
come the Tribesmen, 2 between them, 2-12, 2-10. The Tribesmen's number 19 is Eamon Traer, scored already. Passmore again takes the sting out of that one, and he gets assistance from Jack Conway, the full back of Derry, and he sends it down the stand side towards Carol McGilligan. First touch vital, McGilligan impeccable, then the ball flicked off his stick by Kevin Walsh from Mike Cullen in Galway. Kevin turns back, sends it down towards his full forward line, racing for it is Padraig O'Kenela. Kenela just doesn't get to it because it went all too far back, and Conway tidies it up for Derry. Back to Passmore in the goal, a little bit short and elaborate for Derry, but the clearance will have to come, and it does now from Conway, but didn't find his own man. Straight back to a Galway man, takes a little bit of a deflection. Between the two of them they had it covered, Passmore and Jack Conway, but that could have went anywhere after it hit the boss of the Galway man's stick and deflected it in the opposite direction, but it ran to the right and wide, and we're in for a finish here. 2-12 to Derry, 2-10 to the Galway Tribesmen. We're into the 26th minute, 4 minutes remaining, Marissa, and this is one hell of a battle now.
Yeah, it's frantic stuff now, end to end, both teams just trying to get that winning score, but Galway making silly mistakes now.
That will be good if it's there, but it's another wide for Derry, and a good penetrating run. They're all working well. Derry about to introduce another substitute. Colm O'Kane is coming in to the Derry team, and I'm not quite sure who's leaving, but Colm O'Kane is coming in. So looks like number 5 is leaving. That's Lorcan McAlinden. Ball on the screen.
The Derry half backline have been really the platform for their attacks, and just look there, Niall McGonigal with an incredible catch there. He's been doing that throughout this competition.
Yeah, this man has been good this afternoon as well. That's Thomas McKegney, the man wearing 23 for Derry, and coming through there to try and raise that ball under pressure was Aidan O'Hagan, and he's one of the big Derry players that they look to help them out, but it's bounced favourably, and Thomas McKegney did very well, flicked it back to Jack Cassidy. Cassidy tried to put it in around the house, but Galway, as Marissa was saying, defending very well in this the second half. At half time Derry led by 1-9 to 1-7. It's now 2-12 to 2-10. We have just over 3 minutes remaining. Here comes Ryan Duffy with a long range effort, and the big figure of the Leo Passmore in that Derry goal gets it to Jack Conway. Conway down the stand side, but again both teams guilty of giving away prime possession at vital times. But the referee has spotted an injured player in the midfield sector of the park here in Bournemouth, O'Connor Park in Tullamore. Everybody can have a breather, including me. Marissa, we're in for a humdinger of a finish, and it's still a 2-point game, a dangerous lead to have, as you witnessed in the Kerry-Dublin game earlier on this afternoon.
Absolutely, a goal completely swung that in Kerry's favour, but you can see Galway here, the panic is setting in a little bit in that forward line as they look for the winning score, and they're probably just taking a few wrong options there. Ryan Duffy going for a point there when Padraig O'Kenela was open inside, so Galway just need to keep the heads now. There's still plenty of time left in this game with injury time as well, so they're only 2 points behind. As I said, a goal could change all this, so Galway just need to keep the heads now.
Galway Maroon and North Cork will be the next game up in the 4th match of the afternoon here on the Celtic Challenge, Bank of Ireland Celtic Challenge Pundit Arena coverage here. All 6 finals being broadcast live. Here come the Tribesmen with the free. John Lynch is on standby. It's for the Michael Hogan Cup. Galway Maroon and North Cork, that's our next match. This is the Tribesmen versus Derry. Where's that ball gone? Derry, they're giving it away. The ground strike could have put them in trouble. 2-point game. There's the dangerous shot. Passmore again. What he dealt with this one. Is it scooped off the line? Back to a Tribesman. Was it picked from the ground? No. Referee right there shortens the grip on the stick. Gone in. Where's that gone? Is it over the bar? Yes, it is, and we've a 1-point game in Tullamore. That could have went anywhere, Marissa.
Leo Passmore is really keeping Derry in this game, isn't he? Brilliant stop there again, but great work from Ryan Duffy to get the rebound. Derry fighting for their lives back there and just holding on. Galway, that'll frustrate Galway.
It certainly will. Leo Passmore with the puck out, sending it downfield, drops between the 45 and 65, 2-12, 2-11, a 1 point game. Galway again defending brilliantly. Their number 9 is Kevin Walsh. He's won the free from between that 45 and 65, and with the heat of the sun here in Tullamore, either team wants extra time, but that's what we could be looking at if the Tribesmen are successful with this shot. We're into the final 45 seconds of normal time, and the Tribesmen have a free. There's a little bit of something going on over there, and the referee has the book out, and I think he's speaking to Carol McGilligan. It's a yellow card for the Derry number 2. So McGilligan has got the yellow card. 2-12, 2-11, 1 point game, and we're into the final 30 seconds, Marissa.
Yeah, you can see tempers flare in there. 1 point, it's always going to be a few niggles, so a few hits there after the ref had blown his whistle, but this is another great opportunity for Galway.
Well, this is their number 6, Brian Horgan from Mount Bellew Mylock. He's setting up as if he's going to put this home to level us up here as we approach at a time. The 30 minutes are up. Here is the centre half back, strikes it well. It's going to drop in around the house inside the 20 metre line. Derry have got to defend this one well. The Tribesmen are trying to capitalise on possession. Well, it's inside that D, and the referee's having a close look, and out comes the centre back, Niall McGonigal of Derry. They're hanging on by the skin of their teeth. 2-12 to 2-11. He needs support. Lovely stick work from him. Oh, what a penetrating run from McGonigal. He's still going. Couldn't get the strike away, but he had a man outside of him, Thomas McKegney. One will wonder, did he know where he was? He then puts in a terrific block. McKegney struggles to get it up on the first touch, and it's tidied up by Jason McDonough. McDonough for the Tribesmen sends it over to the middle of the park. Derry rise, Derry win it. This time it's their number 9, Dara McGilligan. McGilligan has won the free, and I think Passmore will come forward from the goal and try and drill this one between the sticks and put 2 between them. Here comes Dara, or Leo Passmore. Here he comes. He's coming forward. 2-12 to 2-11, and we're into the 32nd minute. This is the chance, Marissa.
Yeah, this is a hugely important moment in the game now for Derry. Great work from Niall McGonigal there a few minutes ago, and this is Passmore once again.
There he goes. He hit that quickly. That is gone straight between the sticks, and he's scored, I think, in nearly every round of this Pundit Arena Celtic Challenge, Bank of Ireland Celtic Challenge. They give it his proper name, Leo Passmore. He's scored again.
What a performance he's put in today. You know, he kept Derry in the game when Galway were threatening, and what a score, which could be the winning point of the game.
Well, it's not over yet, as they say. It's not over till the big lady sings. 2-13, 2-11, and we're back to a dangerous 2 point advantage, because Derry have done a lot of the hurling, struggled from place balls in that first half, had a few bad wides. Then the Tribesmen were guilty of a few bad wides, but all of these men have given it their all. Now, what do you do here, Marissa? The time is not on your side. 2-13, 2-11. You have a free in from the 45. Do you take your point and hope you have time, or do you put it in around the house and try and go for the juggler?
You imagine that he's going to put this in around the house, because we know that they have the forwards to finish this. Derry are crowding the defence, so they're obviously expecting the same.
And coming forward is Brian Horgan. Mount Bellew Mylock is his club. He's the number 6. He's 6 metres in from the sideline on the 45. He throws it in around the house. Breaking ball. Derry just have to shovel that up, and everybody wants a piece of the action. Nobody can get it, and the referee has a close look, and I think we could be looking at a throw on the 20 metre line if it doesn't come loose very quickly. But the ball is loose enough. The referee, Eamon Stapleton, says you can continue playing, and out come Derry with the ball. Is that to be the final move of the game, as Aidan O'Hagan moves it forward, and they blow the final whistle, and they've hung on by the skin of their teeth. The Tribesmen put in one hell of a second half battle, but it's Derry who win again in the Celtic Challenge final, 2-13 to 2-11 over the Galway Tribesmen. And Derry's Passmore is getting all the accolades from his team back there on the 20 metre line. For me, a fairly evenly matched contest. Our analyst is Marissa Kennedy. Marissa, did they deserve it?
What a battle, and you have to say they did. they just took their scores at the right times. The goals brought them right back into contention. That one just before half time to get their lead, and then they kept that throughout the second half. And you have to say that they really upped their work rate in the second half, and that was the difference. The manager pointed it out just after half time what they needed to do, and they did just that. And I think we're going to hear from him again now.
We certainly are. I think Oisin is down there with the interview.
Okay, we're here with Marty Burt from the victorious Derry team. Explain the emotion at the full-time whistle.
It's just fantastic, we watched them at half time. We're 2 points up, as alluded to earlier, that we're sort of didn't play or didn't hurl as well. Even the work rate and application wasn't as good as normal. We just asked them to up it, that 20-25%. So delighted the lads got over the line in the second half. Absolutely fantastic performance. They've been brilliant for us all year, and they've been brilliant for Derry and their clubs, and represented their families so well. So we're so proud of them, delighted for them.
You're one of the most successful teams in the Celtic Challenge. How does it feel? Is the hunger still there?
Brilliant. Hunger's always there. I mean, days I guess you want to come to Connor Park and Tullamore and you want to play, and these young lads want to play in All-Ireland finals, and there's probably 8 or 9 of them back from last year, so nearly a third of them back from last year, so it's brilliant to do 2 in a row, and for the first lads that have won it, it's a fantastic achievement for them too, to drive on and push on for next year as well. So absolutely delighted.
Congratulations and enjoy it.
Mike, here,
It's on.
And there we are. He's happy with their performance there, and Richard Barrett doing the questions this time. The man that keeps us all on their toes here in Tullamore today. But it means a lot to Derry. They've had, and Richard said the truth in asking the questions there, they're one of the most successful, if not the most successful team in the Celtic Challenge.
Yeah, the second year in the row they've picked up silverware this year in the William Robinson, and you have to say it's fully deserved. The work that's going in Derry, they really take this competition seriously, and you saw how much it meant. The manager was out of breath there, we were out of breath. Such a frantic end to the game, but it just shows how much it means to everyone in Derry, and huge celebrations on the pitch now. You'd have to feel for Galway Tribesmen though. They battled right to the end. They had an opportunity to win it at the end. Derry came out in defence, which was kind of the story of the game. What a performance from them.
Yeah, and last year for Derry, Jamie Murray was the name on everybody's lips following last year's Bank of Ireland Celtic Challenge final here at Bordnamona. He was the man who came to prominence in the Corn William Robinson final, and again a win over the Galway Tribesmen when he finished a sublime solo effort to the back of the net. And if you want to look back on that cracking goal, I think it got tens of thousands of views on social media on Pundit Arena, and he's a young man from Ballinascreen. So there's lots of heroes out there today. It's we don't like singling out one person, but it's not the ethos of the competition. It's a team and a panel performance, and you heard the Derry manager complimenting all the families in his team, and the same must be said for the Galway Tribesmen and for all the teams taking part. Not always about winning, taking part is number one as well in this Celtic Challenge. But commiserations to the Galway Tribesmen. They will be disappointed. There's lots of their families out there with them, but they give it one hell of a rattle in the end. And I think, without me saying freeze, I said in the beginning that Derry missed a few chances, but the Tribesmen had a few glorious opportunities from dead ball situations in the second half, in particular the opening 5 minutes, and it just didn't happen for them because they needed those scores.
Yeah, it was wides at crucial times as well. Derry had the momentum at that stage of the game, and Galway needed the scores to settle them back into it, and they just didn't get them, and that really proved the difference in the end. But kudos to them. Their work rate was phenomenal, and they're fully deserving of their place in the final.
Well, there'll be another Galway team in the Michael Hogan Cup final, which is coming up in a few minutes' time here on Pundit Arena in the Bank of Ireland Celtic Challenge. John Mullins looking after the Galway Maroon team. John Hartnett, a great name in Cork, is looking after the North Cork team in the final. So John Lynch and Marissa will bring a full live commentary on the fourth final of the afternoon here at the Bank of Ireland Celtic Challenge in Tullamore. The Tribesmen are just about getting ready to up the steps to be presented with their runners-up medals, and the victorious Derry team, who were successful last year, will then head up the stairs and collect their trophy and their medals. Their captain Dara McGilligan, the man wearing number 9, is the captain of Derry this afternoon, but here goes the Galway number 6 heading up the steps, and that's Brian Horgan, the centre half back from Mountbellew, Moylock. He goes up there, I think.
Fully deserving of the best and fairest award. He, fantastic performance from him. Really set the tone for the work rate throughout this Galway team. So it's brilliant to see both teams getting a player of the match.
Yes, it certainly is, because after every match the referee consults with his match officials to choose one player from each team for the best and fairest on the basis that they displayed a high level of skill and endeavour, and that indeed has been done by the number 6. They displayed respect towards the match officials, but it certainly know that one anyway, and also the respect towards his fellow players and respect towards the playing rules. And at the end of every challenge match here in the Celtic Challenge, I should say, the listed players will be selected at random to receive 2 tickets to the All-Ireland Senior Hurling Final. So Galway Maroon are making their way out onto the field, but the Galway Tribesmen, as fairest player has got best and fairest player has got his award there, and we'll just wait for the teams now to go up the steps, and we'll be straight into match number 4 here in O'Connor Park in Tullamore. But Derry are victorious in the Corn William Robinson Cup final. Derry 2-13, Galway Tribesmen 2-11.
Yeah, great to see Niall McGonigal picking up the best and fairest award there for Derry. He was fantastic today, and we've said it throughout the tournament. The skill he has, his fielding today, his work rate, phenomenal, and he ran himself into the ground, picked up a little bit of an injury late on, was struggling to keep up with the pace, but then he made that blistering run. He just shook it off, and it was brilliant from
well, there's the Tribesmen heading upfield, and there's that young man again, Brian Horgan, their number 6, receiving his medal. And following him is Gary Cummins, their number 15, and Thomas Halliday, and from Barnet Furbo, and number 19 for the Tribesmen, Eamon Trayers. Eamon was a good industrious performance today. All of the young men 16 and 17 years old. Jason MacDonald, their number 7 from Mike Cullen, and that's Rory MacDonald, Salt Hill Knocknacarra, famous club in County Galway. And there's Jamie Doyle, a man that had an outstanding game for the Galway Tribesmen this afternoon. Our full back is Gavin Somerville, man from Rahoon. And there's Evan Duffy, Ballygarman. And who we next for his medal is Eamon Enright from Mike Cullen. And well done to Eamon, and commiserations to him on being defeated in this final. Conor Corcoran, good game from Conor today as well. And the man wearing number 24, Ben O'Sullivan, another young man from Mike Cullen, receives his medal, as does number 16, Jack Malloy. Okay, they were defeated, but they remember this as well, like they go up to get a runner's medal, and in years to come, when you're in the same categories, myself and John Lynch here, lads that played minor 30 years ago, you respect everything that you get from the GAA, and in particular, lots of fellas went through their careers and never picked up a medal.
Yeah, you can't be playing in an All-Ireland final, and that's what this is. You see how much it means to everyone. You see how much it means to them to lose it as well. You know, they're going to be very hurt from this, but they'll learn from it as well. You know, 2 losses in 2 years is disappointing, but what a phenomenal effort to even get to the final, considering how competitive the Celtic Challenge is.
Yeah, there's Paul Kearns, their number 21, going through, and the next man in is Aaron Barrett, and lots of Mike Cullen players contributing to the Galway Tribesmen as they're runners up here in the game against Derry. And the last of the players coming through, Ryan Duffy. What a game young Ryan Duffy had. He looks disappointed. And his midfield partner Kevin Walsh, another young man from Mike Cullen, and last Reece Ryan, who shone in that with a fine score in that game. And I think Reece is the man that picked off the goal. But that's the Galway Tribesmen going through there, coming back down to meet their friends and family to a nice round of applause. And here is the winning team, Derry, most successful team in the Bank of Ireland Celtic Challenge, about to make their way up the steps here in O'Connor Park in Tullamore. As I've said, their captain is the man that wears the number 9 shirt, Dara McGilligan, but all his team will go up, and I think Dara will be the last man to enter the steps, as they're led up the steps by their number 11, and that's Padraig Nealis.
Yeah, great to see Derry giving Galway Tribesmen a round of applause there in a guard of honour as they left the pitch. You know, it just shows the respect that they have for each other, and that is the ethos of this competition in a nutshell.
Yeah, I love the way they all go up and they get their medals, and then they all group on the seating at the back of the presentation area, they lift the trophy, and the photographs, the memories. You know, it's not all about winning, as I've said, but to be fair to Derry, they've come here, it's a competition, there has to be winners, there has to be losers, but collector's items, all these photographs, for losing teams as well, because in years to come a lot of people don't think of a losing team, and we honour teams in Croke Park, but to make a final you need two good teams, and two good teams have got to this final. But Derry are receiving their medals now, and they'll all congregate just at the back of the Bank of Ireland stand there for the shot that they'll all look back on in years to come and say, well, I won my medal in Tullamore in June 2019.
Yeah, it's a huge moment for them, and it's great memories for the players who were playing in the Celtic Challenge for the last year, for those who are playing in it for the first time, you know. And even in a time when Derry hurling is not as prominent as it used to be, to see someone like them climbing the steps and winning a trophy is fantastic. And it just, you know, it pays credit to all the work that's going in underage at all of these counties. They're all getting their moment to shine now, and they're taking it with both hands.
They certainly are. Colm O'Kane goes forward, a man from Bancar, and that's it, number 28, Keelan Doherty. And well done to Keelan. And their number 8 is Owen McCallion from Ballinascreen. Good part of the world as well. There's lots of Derry people doing great work across the world for GAA. Joe Trolan, a Derry man from Draperstown, was the chairman of the Asia Games over the last number of years, and John Campbell, a man that's the leader of the Thai Tigers in the Thai Gaelic football and hurling in the country of Thailand. So they've been very, very upfront with the Asia Games over the last few years, and the Celtic Challenge is here. The World Games, of course, are in Waterford at the end of August, but the Celtic Challenge, a huge success here, and as are the Asia Games, and lots of great people across the world promoting our great games of hurling, camogie and Gaelic football. So the Derry lads are making their way. Their number 24 is Aaron Campbell. And there's number 27, Ronan McWilliams from Ballinascreen. A lot of these young men you will see next year, and some of them are out of date then, with their ages going on to minor level to be 18. And there is the captain, Dara McGilligan, the number 9, the Derry captain. He's just about to receive the trophy. When you hear this cheer, Derry lift another trophy at the Bank of Ireland Celtic Challenge, this time the 2019 champions of the Corn, William Robinson. So here we go, there's the presentation, and the champions are Derry. There we are, congratulations Derry. Great performance, some great clubs involved, from Owen Rua to Ballinascreen, Schlockneil, Amaha, Owen Rua. They're all in there as well, but what a day. And both Cork and Galway ready to take part in game number 4 here, Marissa. But Derry are victorious in game number 3. We hope you've enjoyed our coverage of the Corn William Robinson Cup. Stand by, because coming up now in a couple of minutes' time is the Corn Michael Hogan. That's the Michael Hogan Cup against Galway Maroon and North Cork, and the commentary will be brought to you by John Lynch and Marissa Kennedy.